Hello again. Now we're gonna look at a flat tire. We don't talk about how to remove the wheel in this section. We just have a wheel with a flat tire, and how I usually fix that. So as you can see here, this tire is short, really old and ugly. So we need to put a new tire on. Okay, so you have the tire levers. And you put them in where you have a spoke. There. This is a very old tire, so it's very easy to remove. But I'll show you something else here. Let's say we have a tire and we don't have these levers. How would you remove this tire without levers? It's quite easy actually. So you just take the tire like this and you put pressure on like this. There, all the way down. And with a bit of luck, you can see the rim, the tire bead goes outside the rim. And you can then remove the tire without any tools. And actually it goes much faster. So I always try this method first. If it works, it doesn't. If it doesn't, then I use the tire levers. Okay, once you have it removed on one side, it's easy usually to remove the whole tire. There you go. And if you have a flat tire, what do you need to do? Well, you need to inspect why this flat occurred in the first place. So is there a small nail? Is there a stone? Or is there a piece of glass? Or is there a snake bite? Or why did it happen? So what you need to do after taking the tube away is to inflate it again. Use your pump and then inflate. There we go. Real action in the movie. And then if you can hear, well, if you're outside you'll hear a lot of other things. You normally don't hear this flat thing. You can use your lip and go very carefully over, and then the small air will you get some sensation in your lip, and then you find the hole. So there are many ways to find the hole. Of course, the last resort is always a bucket of water, and put the tube inside the bucket of water and see the bubbles come up. But it's quite important to find this hole, because if you don't find the reason you had a flat tire in the first place, putting a new tube into the tire will of course make a new flat tire in a short amount of time. So take some extra time to find the flat. It could also be the rim and the rim tape that is not correct. So it can be many different reasons why you have a flat tire. So once you have the tire and the tube away, inspect the rim and the rim tape that it looks okay. And in this case the customer wanted a new tire, so then we have a new tire here. Some tires have direction, and if you look at this tire, it's quite obvious that there's like a V pattern here, so that is the direction. And this wheel has a direction too, because it's the rear wheel. So the rear wheel always have the sprockets on the right hand side, and then you have the direction there. So that means that it should be like this. And if you're a really good mechanic, you should always put a name where you have the valve, and you earn the extra points and the stars in your protocol. And you put on one side first, like that. And now, as it happened, I got a new tube. Nope, I got the old tube because I knew it's okay. There we go. So I put in the tube like that. There we go. And this is a Dunlop valve, which we normally hate. But there you go. What I do here is that I don't go like this. I usually put the tube in at 6 o'clock, so I know I got, and then at 9 and at 3 o'clock. Well, depends on where you are on the clock. So there. So then I get the tube inside evenly. And then I usually start at the valve. Here we go. Sorry. Here we go. So there. And make sure that the valve goes in and out properly so it doesn't get stuck between the tire and the rim. That is very important. Once it's there, you put the rest of the bead into the rim, and then you come to the end here. Then you have the problem, of course, how to put in the last bit. And while I could take it off without tools, you should definitely never use tools to put the rim, to put the bead inside the rim. You should always use your hands and the palm of your hands. So I usually do it like this. Well, this was too easy. So, but just try to use your palms here and put the tire on properly. Never use tools. And if it's tight, which it normally is, try to make sure that you get the bead inside the rim properly, and then the last bit should be quite easy. Wow! So yeah, here we go. So now we have the tire here. Let's pump it up and see how it goes. It's not ready yet. We think we're ready, but no. We can still make catastrophic errors here. So what I normally do when I put the tire on is that I check the maximum pressure. Here it's about 6 bar. So then I put the pressure up to about 3 bar, about half. Here we go. Here we go. So I put in about half the pressure that is required. And then I check again that the tire is put on evenly. So already at 3 bar you should now see any bumps. If you have the tube in between the rim and the tire, you should see an upward bump somewhere. Okay, and if it doesn't come out properly towards the rim, you should have an inward bump somewhere. But in this case it looks very fine. So this is a pedagogic nightwear. It's working beautifully. It's really nice and even. It's a bit wobbly, so it's not 100% correct. So you need maybe to double check that it is in properly. And if it's okay, then we put it up all the way to the maximum here, and it should be beautiful. That's oh, here we go. That's a lot of air going in. Anyway, now it starts to look really good. The last check. I think the whole tire is wonky. It's not the whole wheel is wonky. It's not the tire. But anyway, make sure the tire is put in place properly, and put it up to the right pressure, and put it into the bike.